He said he had a bad couple of weeks after the last game because they played so poorly against Kosovo, but he'll have an awful time between now and the Bulgaria game thinking about this tonight, because it showed all the frailties, all the vulnerabilities that his team have. Mostly stemmed at the back, but in midfield as well. Barkley come on actually and did a bit better and livened them up a bit, but Rice there, it just doesn't look good. It's too static, Rice and Henderson in the same side, I would suggest. He's lots of problems, but his two centre-halves aren't top-notch centre-halves. Said it before the game, don't care how much they paid for Maguire. He can't do the job that world-class centre-halves can do for international teams, trying to win things. Keane is off it. He's not up to this class. We know that time and time again. We point that out. Yeah, very exciting going forward, and it looked as if they'll always have enough to do it, and if there was a late goal that they'd get it. But that man there, and Drashek, he's going to be getting free drinks for the rest of his life, I suggest.
What a debut, 30 years old.
Yeah.
So that's quite a litany of shortcomings that Niall has spelled out there, Kevin. I mean, it's for a team that's, in England, they're talking about going on winning tournaments.
Yeah.
This is surely a bit of a wake-up call, is it?
Tommy, this has not just been coming tonight, though. If you look at them against the Netherlands in the Nations League final across the summer, this was coming then. And yes, they got off to the group off to a great start, beating the Czech Republic 5-0 and all the lesser teams dominating like you would expect. But that Kosovo game as well, last time out, showed me. But are England any better than they were in qualification for the last World Cup? I would suggest no, they're not, because looking at them through that qualification, it was pretty much the same. They're going to qualify, but when they come up against top-notch sides, are they going to be able to put them to bed? Are they going to be able to control the game, see tough spells through? Are they going to be able to maybe pull together defensively, as Niall suggested there with the two centre-halves? I would suggest not. And England tonight were pretty average after they got themselves in front.
Kevin, I would suggest to you that that's quite... If that's correct, that they're no better than they were, a year and a half, 2 years ago in the build-up to the World Cup, that's quite a comment on what Southgate has done, because there's been so much complimentary about him.
A lot of PR, Tommy.
A lot of PR, as you say, a lot about, he's used phrases like, this is the best prepared. We've prepared for every team. There's no team in... he said, I would be surprised if there's any team over the last 2 years as well prepared as our team. Yet we're seeing them concede terrible goals from set pieces.
I believe they think that to be true, but as we saw tonight, defensively they were disorganised from set pieces. You'd look at one or two as we spoke about at half-time, where perhaps they're not necessarily doing it at club level and have taken that onto the international stage. But if you're working on it day in, day out on the training ground, as Gareth Southgate suggests that they're doing, then we're not seeing that tonight, because every cross that was going into the penalty area, they were getting across the men. As again, going back to what Niall was saying, the two centre-halves, Keane was allowing his man to jump in front of him, so was Harry Maguire. Every corner and dead ball. Now, the delivery was excellent, don't get me wrong, but where is the desire to go and attack the ball, go and win the ball, go and get across your man, stop him jumping in front of you? I didn't see it. I didn't see any sort of an organised back four and midfield three sat in front of them tonight.
It was pretty poor stuff. But sometimes when your front three are good, it masks a lot of things.
Definitely.
So if you got four at the other end, we'd be saying, yeah, they got to watch it. But because that didn't happen tonight, the full exposure of how poor and weak they can be was there for all of us to see. And, I spoke earlier on before the game about the talk of the week being the racism subject, and fair play to them. And I did say to them they should have kept it indoors, really, and not said it. I think they put themselves under real pressure now. They're going to Bulgaria. I can say here, and you can say, you mentioned, are they not on it? Are they believing the hype? Yes, I think they are. And now it doesn't look a good idea to be making statements, to be doing things, because when you play that poorly, you set yourself up. Bulgaria will be rubbing their hands and say, right, this is a team that we can get stuck into.
You said they looked like their heads weren't in it, or,
maybe they were concentrating.
Listed out a load of things about both personnel, whether it's the centre-halves, and also whether he's picking the right players in midfield, etc. But
there's more to it.
Mentally, maybe there was just...
There's more to
complacency
it. There's more to it. I think they're starting to believe in themselves that they can come out as a group and make these joint statements, which, again, it's for a right cause. It's the right thing to do. But as a group, you'd rather they did it on their own and did it at the time and not make these big statements, because what happens now, they go into a game in 3 or 4 days' time and the onus is on, oh, well, you lot are doing a lot of talking. You're not doing a lot of football. And ultimately, it always comes down to your performance.
Correct.